Greetings and welcome back, gentles and ladiesmen, to another fantastic episode of XO Plays Spyro Season of Ice on the Game Boy Advance, Episode 6. All we've got left is the Sparks section in the Winter Realm, so let's take it on. And we already talked the money bag, so I'm just gonna skip ahead. Oh, I love gems almost as much as I love... Actually, there is nothing I love more than gems. Whoever wrote this game definitely knew how to write money bags. I'll give them credit for that much. So, yeah. So, Panda Garden music is back, so that's another thing about this game, is that it loves to reuse music. And this is where things get a little trickier, but not really. You might recognize this power-up from Spyro 3. It literally works the exact same way. Except obviously the L button is how you use your power-ups now, as opposed to the old game where it was like, I think, the circle button or something. So I do find that Sparks' default weapon works pretty consistently in all situations, as it should. So I don't really rely too much on the power-ups in this game. Let's see, I wonder if it'll work on this. Yeah, it won't work on the guy in the shield, unfortunately, but it's just till the cookie crumbles, I guess. The later stages in this mode do actually get quite a bit more trickier. Alright, thankfully we did manage to get through that trial. Oh, come on, just let me get the butterfly, fuckers. Keep getting stuck on walls. Alright, now that we've killed that guy, one PSA I'd like to give out for this game is that if you die in these sections, all the enemies respawn. So, yeah, dying is generally not a good idea, but especially not in this game mode, I don't think. Oh, God, I can't get a good beat on them because they're all ganging up on me. It's like, come on, fuck off. Oh, shit. God, look at all those fucking ants. This is like the hit Disney television show Ant Farm, starring China. Let's see. Okay, yeah, there we go. Alright, so we made it through that section there. Now we have the red key. Like I said, you'll get the keys in the same order every time, which makes it very easy to, I don't know, just give some consistency, I guess. Ugh. And I'm pretty sure one thing I didn't mention last time is that once you go into a boss area, the door will lock behind you until you've beaten the boss, I think. So if you miss something, you might end up having to go back or whatever. Did that guy shoot something at me? He must have. And you cannot shoot the regular shots and the power-ups at the same time, so it'll just alternate if you do that. And it's like, I don't really like... It's kind of like the old Castlevania games where you wish you could switch back to whatever you dropped. So I like the green ones much better than the red ones, but... I don't know, I just can't help myself. I want to pick up the new butterflies that just got dropped, so... Yeah. Let's see, where's the green door? It's gotta be down here somewhere. Green door, not to be confused with Grendor, the evil Rhinoc wizard, who is leading all of the evil Rhinocs in this video game. And I'm dead. And because of that, I gotta fight my way back out the way I came, because all the enemies will come back. Which is... I'll give it credit for this much. I like it better than having to light all the you know, the case of Spyro where it forces you to replay everything all over again. Whereas it is kind of annoying that whenever you die, you have to, like, fight your way back out of where you are. And, like, all the enemy generators even respawn. It's just... that's annoying, you know? It gets to the point where I'd rather just run past everything, because it's just easier. I love how they put the fucking generator right next to the fucking entrance, so that I can barely even get in without getting swarmed. There's the downside to the GBA having this 3:2 aspect ratio. But I digress. Ooh, fuck. That guy came right out of nowhere. But I suppose I've got only myself to blame because I was Speedy Gonzalesing all over the place. Anyway. Getting close to the end of this one. I'm pretty sure all we've got left is the boss down there. But we'll go take them on in a second. Let's see. Fucking hate that thing. Lord almighty. Really wish that these guys hadn't respawned, because it's kind of throwing me off. It's like I can't get anywhere without getting swarmed. How are they still alive? I used a bomb that should have killed them all. I don't even know why these ants hate me so much. Do you guys know? I don't know. I guess dragonflies are not the friendliest of insects. They're kind of predators for many... Kind of the biggest predator in the insect kingdom as far as I know. But, you know, wasps are even freakier. Those guys... well, like... I don't know, whatever. You guys get the point. There's actually a pretty good episode of TMNT about that, the 2012 version. It's like I have nothing to talk about. It's just like I'm trying to find this other purple door that I know is here somewhere. But I can't find it because I keep getting stopped every 5 seconds. Like, how much do I got left? Yeah, like 26 gems? Like, there's definitely gotta be an area that I can only get now. Hold on, maybe I need to look at a map or something. Alright, so as it turns out, I was right. I'm actually quite close to it. Just couldn't remember exactly where it was, because these levels are kind of mazy. It's down here. And this will give me one of those power-ups that'll let me defeat the boss easier. So, a couple 10s, which means that the last 6 gems should probably be by the boss. Pretty sure the boss is right through here. Alright, so the boss is kind of down there. Fuck this game. I couldn't even see that thing. It's like, fuck you. Alright, so the boss is this giant queen bee. And she is faster than she looks, so I give her a wide berth so that she doesn't just instantly come over and kill you. I guess she's stuck, because she hasn't moved from that spot. Or not. Well, at least I got all the gems. Like I said, she's faster than she looks, so don't give her a berth, otherwise she might come over and kill you, you know what I'm saying? Alright, got her, and we rescued Jody. And there we go. Yeah, you fully completed that stage. Hooray! We got some time left, so I guess it's time to go fight the boss. Hooray! And, I don't know, we'll probably end up playing the Spring Homeworld as well, just because we got time for it.
Great, Spyro! You've rescued enough fairies now! Stand back as I open the portal! Try not to laugh. My magic is a little rusty.
Like I said, female voices are not my specialty, so I apologize. Alright, so I'm gonna do something fun for real quick. I'm gonna pause real quick. Alright, and I'm back. Just had to go grab some screenshots for the border, because I thought, you know, as long as I'm playing this, I might as well just grab it and edit it together and post. Yeah, so here we are with the first boss. It's the evil Grendor wizard man.
Well, Spyro, we beat it last. Did you think I froze all those fairies as a game? Did you think I wouldn't notice that you have been messing up my plans? All I need is the wings of 100 fairies and my potion is complete. In case you hadn't noticed, I have 2 heads. And I don't want 2 heads. I want 1 really smart head. And those fairies are the key to all my plans. So after I'm done with you, I'm getting all these fairies back and getting rid of this headache.
Alright, so this boss is the easiest boss of all time. All you have to do, and it's kind of hard if you don't know how to fight him, I guess, but it's pretty easy to figure out. Then he'll spawn more of these fireballs, then you charge into him and he'll take more damage, and then he'll jump back up and try to squash you again. And then when he lands... Alright, wait for him to spawn more balls, and I don't really have a good angle on him, so I think I'm gonna go heal, actually. But that's pretty much all you need to do to beat him, and he takes like 5 hits, I think. He doesn't change up his strategy at all. Like, we might be fighting this guy a second time, and he's literally no different the second time at all. So yeah, I find that it's easiest to take him down from the bottom, because that's when you have the most time to get him after you tank the hit from the fireball. And of course, these fucking guys won't respawn until they feel like it. Ooh, that was a close one, fellas. And if you take too long to charge into him and the fireballs will go away, then you can hit him, but it won't count, so recommend being careful about that. Alright, charging him again, that should take care of him. Alright, we freed another fairy. You rescued Lisa, and there's a bunch of garbage. Once again, this is not an emulator, so yeah.
Spyro, I have a funny feeling about all this. We still haven't found Zoe, so there must be more fairies out there, and Grendor's wand is missing. Why don't you see if you can round up the last of the fairies while I try to track down that wand?
And dead silence. And there's still garbage at the bottom of the screen. Must be some kind of weird glitch. But I digress. So we have defeated Grendor, and he totally will not be coming back later, so he's gone for good. And we're at the Spring Fairy Homeworld, and that's one thing that is weird about this game that I feel like I only realized, because I do have a bit of a story with this game, actually. Season of Ice, like I said, was like the one Spyro game on GBA that I didn't really grow up with as much. Like, when I was in elementary school, I was playing Season of Flame and Attack of the Rhinox. When I was in, like, probably 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, around that time. So I was pretty young. And these were the Spyro games that I grew up with, but like I said, no matter where I looked, I could not find Season of Ice. Sorry, totally talked over that NPC there, but she won't chat again. Sure, she didn't say anything of import. So we'll probably be alright. And you might have noticed up to this point that, yeah, they expect you to get a lot of fairies, so I guess one thing I can give this game over Super Princess Peach, which is a game I really like, by the way, is that unlike that game where it's just like you suddenly get to the final boss with Bowser and it's like, sorry, you need all the toads, at least this game is demanding enough with how many fairies you need that you pretty much have to get them all anyway. I overheard one of the Rhinox saying that Grendor wants to turn himself into a super smart Rhinox. He's gonna use magic to do it. Right. So it's like, I need 58 fairies to open that portal, so you pretty much would have to 100% all the levels so far to have enough fairies to get in there, so kudos to that at least. At least it's not like, if they were gonna make it so that you need all of the fairies, at least they are basically forcing you to get everything you can along the way as it is. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you still don't need all of them until the very end. Like, you could probably go to the next summer fairy home from here without having gotten every possible fairy up to this point, but still, you need a lot. So they tried at least, but I guess what I was trying to say is that this was the one Spyro game I did not grow up with as a kid, on GBA at least. I even had Crash Purple and Spyro Orange as a kid. I hated them, but I still had them. Be careful of Grendor, Spyro! I heard he's the one who sent the Rhinox to capture us! I fell. But yeah, so But eventually my mom tracked down a used copy of this game, which is the cart I'm using, from like a GameStop in our town. And then that's the copy I've had ever since. And even back then when we were playing it, you know, and stuff, I could feel, even as like a 7 or 8 year old kid, I could still get the feeling that the game didn't play as well as Attack of the Rhinox and Season of Flame. And I didn't finish it. But then, right around the time that Kirby Superstar Ultra was announced.
I'm very grateful, Spyro.
Right around the time that Kirby Superstar Ultra was announced, I put in a pre-order for it, or I think, and I was really excited to play that game on my DS, even though I had already played this Super NES version. And so what happened was I needed something to keep my attention while I waited for the game to come out, because that was back in the days. I only had a few games, and I didn't have income of my own. You know, I was probably like 14 or 15 around this time. This was like, I think 2008 or something. Shit, I didn't mean to do that. That's just great. I get to flame all of those flowers again. Exit level. So the game I used to pass the time was Spyro Season of Ice, which and that was, for all intents and purposes, my first time playing that game. And because this game requires you to get all of the fairies in order to fight the final boss, you might say that this game, because like at this point I'm like a die-hard completionist and stuff, especially with these collectathon games, and a lot of people are like, geez, you're insane, EXO, for wanting to 100% Super Mario Odyssey and criticizing it for not being fun to 100%. Even though people do the same thing to Sunshine, but even though that game's a lot better than 100% than Odyssey ever will be. I'm putting my foot down on that one, folks. But yeah, so the point is that I think you could probably trace my completionist drive back to Spyro Season of Ice, because this was the first collectathon I ever played that basically forced me to get 100% just to beat the game. And, you know, I guess it showed me that it was easier to do than I had thought it would be. And, you know, ever since then, I just 100% all these games just out of habit, so... Thank you, Spyro Season of Ice. But even back then when I was playing it, I was noticing a lot of the flaws that I noticed with this, even in the most recent playthrough, so it's not really gotten better over time, really. And even back then I was like, you know what, I love the other GBA ones, but this one's not nearly as good. But I guess one other thing that I wanted to note about this level is that the graphics are really pretty. Like especially it's just really colorful and nice in the eyes. And you know, it's ironic, I always talk about how these GBA games are meant to be looked at on their original screens, which for the most part I do still hold to. But the Spyro games are actually an example of GBA games that look good, regardless of whether you play it on the original screen or not. And in fact, it's one of the few cases where I think it looks better in like the native RGB emulator kind of look, apart from, you know, the upscaling and whatnot. Like, I'm talking about the colors. Like, the colors in this game are really vibrant and nice on the eyes. Like I said, I think this is a nice looking Game Boy Advance game, like really nice looking. I mean, just look at the leaves on the sides of the platforms, like the attention to detail and just how cartoony everything looks. This is a really pretty looking game. If only I could find that last fucking flower that I'm missing. Like, where on earth could it be? And this is one case where the what am I saying? This is one case where having the map would be very helpful, because then you'd be able to, like, say, oh, I haven't been back to this area. Yeah, so there's one. I have a feeling the other one's gotta be over here. And I'm still missing one. Okay, where on earth could it be? I'm trying to think here. And it's, you know, it's all thanks to Moneybags for butting in my way, you know, so fuck you, Moneybags. Maybe it's over here. There it is. That's gotta be the last one. Alright, we'll free this guy right here.
Thanks, Spyro! I never thought anyone would find me!
Alright, you guys ready for a fun glitch? Look at that. That fairy changes color when we get close to it. It's because both fairies share the same palette. Kind of interesting to note, I guess. So yeah, so whatever palette the fairy is on screen will also even be shared by the fairy counter in the top corner of the screen. So fun fact, I guess. Pretty sure that should be it for this level as well. So yeah, so I think that's gonna be it for now, folks. That's all I can do for today. So we're gonna stop the playthrough here, and I will see you guys next time. And I think I'm probably gonna be bringing a guest commentator for the rest of this, because that's pretty much all I can do for you.